Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got live tournament action coming at you. It is Lobber and HoneyBear, some of our all-time favorites now, going to be battling it out. Unfortunately for one of these guys, they will be headed home. It is in the loser's bracket, so this is tenuous. This is a crucial matchup here for both of these players, Lobber and HoneyBear. And I do have Wendy on the line with me. Wendy, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. These guys are just bantering each other. HoneyBear, always the nice guy to just be friendly, and some friendly trash talk is always good for the game.
Oh, HoneyBear always cracks me up, and the best part about it is he's not really insulting a person as much as he is just trying to rub them the wrong way. It just cracks me up. He's so much fun to watch in his chat. And here he is spawning as our purple Zerg down here at the 6 o'clock position on Metalopolis. Game 1 of this best of 3, and he is going to be close positions by air to Lobber, who is everybody's favorite yellow Terran, or Protoss player, rather. Yeah, Terran.
And you can see these guys are talking about Lobber's build strategies. He's queued up a bunch of probes, though. Is he going to go Nexus first?
I think so, man. I think he's going to get interesting on us. But he's got his pylon on the high ground, so I'm a little interested in how this is going. No, he's going for his gateway. Okay. Gateway first, so he's not... It looked funny, but I think that he just was taking it at 13 instead of 12, which is just fine. That's actually what I do personally. Of course, I do play at a lower level, and so HoneyBear, with his crisp timings, he could be able to sneak in here with a couple lings.
Absolutely. And he has gone for pool before gas, so I don't expect him to have any kind of aggressive builds. He does have plenty of drones out, obviously. He probably will take a quick hatch. And this overlord just chill inside Lobber's base, and they're just saying, want to draw.
Oh, man. Yeah, HoneyBear, this is what's so much fun about him, is he's always got something to say. And he's always got a great attitude, too. It always seems playful to me. I mean, very rarely does it seem too abrasive. Don't you think? But there goes the second gas. Go ahead. We weren't talking. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, no, I had myself on mute. I'm
Gotcha.
typing away, trying to resolve some issues with VIP.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I'll continue on here while you do take care of that. Let me know how that's going. But HoneyBear does take his expansion now, and it looks like HoneyBear is continuing to to go for the draw. He really wants this to draw. No draw. I'm going to tell him. Oh, HoneyBear. So funny. He's going to make me cry, this guy. But he's now chrono boosting out. We got Lobber now chrono boosting out his sentry. He's going to have a good defense here. Yeah, I'll tell him how to draw.
And I'm really curious, I mean...
Draw by pulling all your harvesters. Oh, man.
And this is what I love about, like, it's just you can do things like these. These guys they're such nice guys. And he's not getting my Titanic reference. I wish somebody would. I'm sure Gex and Nicole probably get the Titanic reference, because I don't know what girl hasn't seen Titanic. And Leo DiCaprio's he's just so suave.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not afraid to admit it. And 3 gates coming out of Lobber. Does not look like he's going to all in. Probably going to be a 3-gate expand. Really good against Zerg if you can get aggressive with it, because you put on a good amount of pressure. You may even potentially kill a Zerg player who is not who is not scouted well enough. And HoneyBear has only saw 1 gate, 2 wings. Looks like come up. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, we've got, if you check the units tab, notice that, HoneyBear was behind there for just a little while, but he is now starting to take an economic lead. He is currently on the 2 base as well, and it's about time for Lobber to toss down that expansion. Here it goes right now. So in really good time, he's getting it down right at the 6-minute mark, which is about the latest you really want to get it, unless you've endured some pressure. But he has got this, a pylon going down at the top of the ramp of HoneyBear. What do you make of this here, Wendy? I mean, it looks like he's probably going to end up canceling it, is my guess. I
think it's just kind of... Yeah, I think he's just trying to mess around with HoneyBear, getting his head a little bit. He actually could probably warp in a Zealot or 2, but HoneyBear being very greedy, up to just now getting out 12 wings altogether, 36 drones out. In terms of tech, still no lair yet, and speed has completed, of course. Lobber, though, great position, has a good number of sentries out, a lot of zealots, and a lot of people just say, like, oh, he won bases all in all the time. No, he can play a straight-up game very, very well. It's just a matter of him being in a situation where he wants to.
Well, I mean, this is a great push from him. This is a well-thought-out, well-planned-out. It's a very standard play. He's going to have a lot of sentries and zealots. It's a great combination against mass lings at this point.
And here comes a whole bunch of lings into the base of Lobber. No zealots or force field. Gonna have to run his pushback. Oh no, he's gonna go ahead and forge forward with it. Gonna try and use just his probes to fight off the link. Not the best decision he can do, but he doesn't have a little choice. He actually lost. He's lost 14 workers, so that is quite a bit.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Lobber is pretty much all in with this push. A really bad decision there. Good idea to force field off. HoneyBear doesn't really have any other units, though, so Lobber, if he might be able to even out right here.
That's true. He might be able to do a decent amount of damage. Great force fields trapping half of those harvesters there. Those drones are going to go down to the zealots there very, very quickly, and he is going to get the snipe out on this hatchery, and I assume we're going to see him go and try and take out the third here shortly thereafter. Maybe even leave a couple of these sentries to continue blocking the ramp is going to be a very smart play. Needs to get another force field down. There it goes. Looking really solid here, and this third is about to pop from HoneyBear. He absolutely must have this at this point. A couple roaches now popping out right in the face of these sentries, but look at the force fields continuing here, Wendy. What a nice push here from Lobber.
Oh yeah, this is great.
He's getting his economy back up and running.
Yep, he should be probably chrono boosting out probes like crazy. Does he have any upgrades on his gateway units? No, but he does trap off a queen. Really good force fields out of Lobber. Just pick off that natural, of course, and I should think he should move into the third. And HoneyBear saying that Lobber has too much energy, and he really does, man. That many sentries killing off queens. I've never seen sentries with 6 kills on it. I've never seen.
It's unbelievable, and Lobber's being so extremely cost effective right now. Continuing to block this ramp.
He's going to kill a larva.
Yeah, he kills a larva. Now, the nice thing is that HoneyBear did get this third up and running, so he's got that one back up into the thick of things here. He's got some good mining going down there. He's pulling out some lings here. Going to try and get a flank attack off on these guys. And, I mean, the sentries are going to start to outlive their usefulness. They need to consider either backing out here or going for the kill at the third. But here comes some reinforcements, more sentries of all things, and some zealots as well as a couple stalkers. The stalkers a smart play here. They outrange those roaches. They'll be able to get off a couple free hits on the roaches without them being able to attack back. So great play, and I think this is a good time for Lobber to go ahead and go for the third. He is going to do that while he leaves, look at this, leaving his sentry to continue to block the ramp. And so this third is absolutely going to go down.
And he has 2 force fields left on him. By the time that last force field wears off, he will have enough to go ahead and force field it once more, buying him just enough time to pick off the third, maybe even send a couple sentries back to do it, to force field a few more times. Overlord's coming now. This is really bad for HoneyBear. He is supply blocked, and he's rallying over in a really poor form. And another... Wow, just force fields all the way. HoneyBear getting decimated. A few drones have been sent over into the by the watchtower in the north here. Not going to do too much there. And third will go down. And now Lobber, despite losing all those probes in his base, will be able to retain a great position on HoneyBear. Has taken down 2 of his bases, and this is never good for Zerg. No. Never want to be bases behind on Protoss. And
okay, and now he's larva shy at this point too. And he does have a lot of roaches out, but it's not quite enough, considering the unit composition here for HoneyBear. And he's got plenty of force fields still at the ready. He is going to cruise up here, and guess what he's going to catch off guard potentially? Oh, he missed it for just a moment. Yeah. HoneyBear is in
well, the worst thing about these roaches is that, yes, they're great in number, but they don't have speed. So sentries and stalkers are going to be able to outmaneuver them very, very easily with force fields. Yeah. And you can see Lobber's doing a great job of it. Not one single unit went down in that whole taking out all those drones. So great for him. Mm-hmm. Zealot now going down. Some lings come over, try to do some picking action at those sentries. You can actually see they might be able to get one, if not care. So a couple more force fields going down, and Lobber being very, very good with his energy expenditure. Realizes, hey, that's free. I can waste that all I want and just build it up. And now, if speed finishes before these units get back for Lobber, it could be a really bad situation for him, considering that roaches will decimate sentries just so easily. And he has no force fields left, unfortunately, so these sentries might be for forfeit if not careful.
20 seconds,
although Lobber now has a formidable...
more, but yeah, look at how many stalkers he's got. And stalkers do the additional damage to roaches. There's a great split on this army here, and that's it. HoneyBear.
Oh, and HoneyBear. Well, a little sassy. Not even all in, and he's getting there.
Well, that's true, but I mean, what can you do against that push? Lobber thought it out very, very clearly, and HoneyBear was unable to react to that early on. And if you can't react to it quickly enough, then that's what happens. It's like this endless stream of force fields. And so, I mean, congratulations to Lobber taking down game number 1. But we'll be headed into game number 2. See if HoneyBear is going to be able to bring it back. We'll catch you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We've got that live tournament action continuing here on GSL's Daybreak. Wendy's still on the line with me. Having a good old time here, casting HoneyBear versus Lobber. And game number 1 going to Lobber in pretty nice style, actually. I mean, HoneyBear did do some great counter punching there for a little while, Wendy, but in the end, Lobber's sentry play was too much to deal with. Phenomenal control. And going into game 2, I mean, what do you expect to see here?
I wouldn't be surprised if Lobber all in, just because he has HoneyBear's number now. HoneyBear antagonized him in the early game with a bunch of trash talk about how Lobber's known for his all-ins, and hey, it doesn't matter how you win. The fact is that you win and your opponent loses.
Yeah, I mean,
so
this
HoneyBear
is
now
play. This isn't
this isn't for pride.
Right. Yeah, and it's also not to, you know, to like see how many drones you can get or see how many achievements you can get in the middle of one game. I mean, this is going for the kill, and that's what I love to see these guys doing. Lobber with a beautiful push there, and he took it down. And game 2 here is HoneyBear's got to be careful.
Yep, Lobber gearing up for a Forge Fast expansion, though. But I love how Lobber sends out this probe super early, just in case the Zerg player decides to... whoa.
Yikes.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a little bit bad-mannered.
HoneyBear. And Lobber just retorting, knowing that HoneyBear is joking. And HoneyBear, if he goes for a hatch first, nope, he does get that pool. Smart decision. I'm lactose intolerant.
We shouldn't really be chatting with these guys, but I can't help myself. I love both.
I know, it's just they're just too nice, man. They're just too nice.
And it is going to be a Forge Fast expand out of Lobber here, and so I'm going to like this play from him. He's going to be playing this one a little bit more standard play versus Zerg here, which is just fine. HoneyBear is at 16 supply, and it looks like he's going to go to 17 and then take his expansion, which I like. What can I say? Nope. He's taking his gas and then maybe going to go for 17 again. But Lobber will be in position to block it. But regardless, I think there we go. Yeah, 16. So 16 for the hatch here. Kind of an interesting expand time there. But it's a standard speedling expand essentially. But look at that, Lobber unable to get the block on that hatchery. Only half a second there. HoneyBear with great control, putting it down ASAP. And it looks like Lobber is going to go for some cannoning of this hatchery. Do you think?
Yeah, HoneyBear not reacting.
Yeah, I feel like he should be responding here, but I don't see a response.
Lobber actually canceling. Maybe he was just trying to force some wings out of his opponent, or HoneyBear just read that. I have no idea, my friend. That is, these guys are metagaming. These shot it to a whole nother level. I have no idea what is going on.
I have no idea what just happened there because Lobber just canceled a perfectly good.
Is there? Well, yeah.
There's no lings on the way. There is none on the field. HoneyBear is literally just massing up drones right now. He's getting out his Zergling speed with 0 Zerglings on the field. I don't know. I'm mystified as to what's going on at this point. Notice that Lobber is trying to block an extremely large gap with 1 probe. That is not going to work for very much longer. But he does have his gateway about to be complete, and I assume we're going to see this wall off complete here as well. But here goes his gateway. I mean his Nexus rather, and he's going to be on T-base as we move forward. But look at this, HoneyBear taking a fast third. And by fast, I mean 4 minutes and 45 seconds in. So good stuff there. This is an interesting build from HoneyBear. Something I have, you don't get much chance to see this, where they do open with speed for the lings. They don't grab any speedlings out, except for he's just barely grabbing his first 2. But they also take 2 very fast expansions. And I mean, this is an interesting build.
Oh, to kind of expand upon like why it's so interesting is a reactionary build. The speed is there as a security reason. He's lost 1 drone of gas to get up a faster lair. He's taken the faster third, and because you don't make any lings, you don't have to worry about getting up that third hash a little bit later. And the other great thing is that if you saw that Lobber was going to be aggressive, he could just go ahead and transition into a mass speedling and go for upgrades to deal with that all-in he's so famous for. Now I'm curious, Lobber's wall-off, is that complete with that forge there? It doesn't look complete to me.
It doesn't look complete, but I believe that it is. You'd be surprised how far out that ramp actually goes. But yeah, it does look really strange, doesn't it?
Yeah,
especially because the supply depot there is actually put
no,
back.
There's definitely a hole there.
Well, he's going to need to remedy that then very quickly because having a hole in your wall is not a good feeling.
No, holes in general, or in StarCraft, are just never a good thing.
Never a good thing. Looks like a whole bunch of gateways are going to go down up here for Lobber, as well as a Twilight Council going down. So we're going to see, I would assume, some charge here, or maybe some blink, or maybe even both. Who knows? More gas going down, so that makes me think we're going to see charge and then move into some Archons, maybe even see some Storms, which would be a great build here. But HoneyBear taking a pretty nice lead here economically. If you do check that unit stab, he is up to 42 drones to Lobber's 36 at this point.
Yeah, but Lobber going for, what was that, 3 gates, 4 gates altogether? 4 gates altogether as... Oh, no, I'm sorry, only 3 gates in the Twilight Council. So it looks like he's gearing up to take a quick third.
I think so. I mean, it very well could be that.
Interesting to... No, I thought he was going to throw down his Nexus down there. No, perhaps not. What is his plan here? Okay, he's throwing down 2 additional gateways, so it's going up to a total of 5 gate. Maybe see a double forge with this. Has he started anything as Twilight Council? No, he has not. Really just don't know what Lobber's going for. He's kind of done some unorthodox things in the past. We have seen some... what was that Antigua Shipyard game where you want like an 8-gate Blink Stalker timing that just, with a whole bunch of sentries that just decimated Zerg. I think it was Jutah. I think it was the same game. Same series, rather.
It was unbelievable. I mean, he really is forceful in a lot of ways. Such a fun player to watch, but I mean... HoneyBear is what's so interesting here in Game 2 to me. Look how high his supply count is already. It's already up to 80, and if you check that units tab, a good old chunk of that is economic stuff. 52.
Yep, and it will be an 8-gate out of Lobber.
Wow, yeah, he just finished those other 2, huh?
An 8-gate blink play. This is what he did on GSL, on the GSL Antigua Shipyard, getting up a whole bunch of sentries. He might be doing the same thing, and I have to say, it's worked in the past. I don't say why it wouldn't work now. Still think there's a hole there by that forge. I don't know.
I don't think there is.
I keep on doing the GSL switch thing, and it looks like there's a hole. That's me. I just can't tell.
You just got to remember that even though the forge looks like long and thin, it's actually a square, more like a warp gate. So if you put a warp gate on top of it, the corner would meet, type thing. But yeah,
okay.
I mean, a lot of roaches coming out here for HoneyBear now.
No speed on them though.
Yeah, no speed.
He's just getting lair now. Wow, it's a very, very late lair. He's had the gas for a while too, and only now just taking his 3rd gas. He should be taking his 4th very soon.
Well, he could be in a little bit of trouble here because Lobber's gearing up for a lot of warp prisms, but how about forward pylons here so that he can get some good reinforcements. And look how many sentries he's brought to the party today again. This is really going to make HoneyBear happy because last game he was so very pleased with how many sentries there were in the game.
Yep, and here comes the roaches, and there he goes. Lobber's just going to section off those roaches perfectly, gets the best engagement he possibly can between the Blink Stalkers and the sentries. The Lings coming around behind him. Great forces out of Lobber, great reaction, seeing those Lings coming in. This will be a great opportunity for Lobber to really take out this 3rd and do some damage, although he doesn't really have the unit count. There he goes, more units warping in, 2 Zealots and 5 more Stalkers. Drones being pulled, roaches being pulled. Sentries have all gone down, though, so force field numbers are limited, although he's killed off a significant number of drones in this exchange, as well as units. Well, now the Blink Micro begins to go.
His Blink Micro, exactly. It's so solid at this point. He's blinking these guys back one at a time, and now going to blink back, wait for the reinforcements, and he's done a lot of damage here to HoneyBear. He didn't quite even the supply count out, but he did slow him down economically.
But he's taking the worker lead, which is at this point in time the bigger thing, because he's doing an 8-gate all in. If he can, any kind of damage he can do to his opponent that slows the economy puts him more ahead, because that means his economic lead grows.
Exactly. And here comes your engagement once more. The Lings coming in, trying to give a slight surround, but obviously difficult to surround Blink Stalkers. Great kiting here from Lobber, but so many roaches now out on the field for HoneyBear, and he's 50% done on his roach speed at this point. And it may be out in time for him to hold this off in a big way, but this Blink Micro is so devastating right now. Lobber doing a lot of damage here. These roaches trying to kill off as many Stalkers as possible. Do you think he's going to be able to do it, Wendy?
Oh yeah, he will not be able to kill off these Stalkers. These Stalkers go on and push forward. The Armor Roaches being rallied over, but I think the best point for HoneyBear to do is to identify that this is a lot of units at a very weird time, that this has to be an all-in. It has to be some kind of 8-gate or even a 7-gate Blink Stalker timing push. Right. He has to identify that and maybe realize, sack my 3rd, take a macro hatch and try to make a whole bunch of roaches and just kill off his army and win.
Right.
But drilling in a whole bunch of roaches and dribs and drabs like this is not going to help him in the long run. You can see that these stalkers are with +2. They do 16 damage to those roaches, who are only going to do 18 damage to the stalkers. And Blink, of course, with their shields just makes it so difficult for those roaches to be worth their the money. And HoneyBear saying, wishing he had Blink, and saying GG, and Lobber 2 owes him.
Wow. Unbelievable play. It is definitely sad to see HoneyBear go, especially considering how far he made it through the winner's bracket today, and then had a tough time in the loser's bracket, but that is all right. Lobber does continue, however. Congrats to him. Thanks so much to Wendy for coming out and casting. It is always a pleasure, sir.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much.
And he and I will be heading into another match here in just a few moments, so do stick around. We'll catch you guys then.